Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We're live from Yokohama again, as always. I'm with Mr. Glen.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for watching us.
Yeah, and as always, we are introducing another new coffee from Coffee Haven. Well, new to the channel, but not to us. I mean, we've been drinking this one for a while. It's excellent. Glenn, tell us what we're brewing today.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing you and showing you how to, in 3 different methods of brewing. So we're going to be introducing the coffee from Brazil. Yeah. And coffee from Brazil is called the Fazenda Passeio Bourbon Natural.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's quite the mouthful, isn't it?
Well, actually, the yellow bourbon, the red bourbon, the white bourbon, or even what they call this black bourbon, are quite famous back in Brazil. That has been so widely grown in Brazil, but originally from the original beans came from France. I mean, in Yemen, actually, by the French missionaries in the 1700s, and then then widely spread in the 1930s, in the early 1930s around Brazil and some of the areas in Colombia. It's just it's the second actually largest grown and a type of Arabica variety.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, now this is a bourbon bean. Is it a red, white, yellow?
Oh, this one here right now is the bourbon. It's a yellow bourbon.
It's a yellow bourbon. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So today we're gonna be brewing the Brazil Fazenda Passeio Bourbon. Passeio is the farm.
Okay.
And the bourbon is a type of beans. And so we're gonna be brewing this the natural process. Actually, the process of these beans is a natural process. Remember, we have been talking about the different kinds of 3 different process of beans. We call it the natural or natural. The second one is the honey, and the third one actually is the washed. Yeah. And we have discussed that during our Colombia presentation, actually.
Yeah.
And the natural is one of the oldest way. It's more of a classic way of processing the coffee in the mold. Why? Because of the shortage of water, actually. What they do in the process of natural, it has to be hand-picked when the perfect ripe cherry, the cherry, and then it is hand-picked by the harvesters, actually, and most of the farmers are using the locals actually to hire them, and they take care of their pickers, actually.
Wow.
Wow. Unless you are not in a good relation with your pickers, I mean, they can pick it. They can pick anything they want.
Right.
And then after that, they lay it down on the they call it the bed or on the floor with the covering, actually, and that will be sitting under the sun for about 2 to 3 weeks. And every single day they have to turn the beans upside down in order to have the right and the proper drying process.
Right. And this is they don't take the beans out of the cherry. They let the cherry kind of prune.
Right. It's naturally they let it all dry it up in there until the time it's enough for the cherry actually and the beans separates naturally. Right. Naturally. So that's why they call it natural. And then after they pick it out, they put it in a large machine. Then they separate the beans from the cherry. And then after that, of course, it's voila. You got the natural.
Ready to go. Nice.
Ready to go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us about the brewing methods we're doing today.
All right. So today we chose to brew this in 3 different methods to find out also. By the way, we're not just simply introducing the how to brew, but we also want to share with you what will be the outcome of the different kind of notes of the tasting notes of this. So stay tuned with us.
Yeah.
It's something that we would like you to be informed and educated about what we know and what we have been experiencing, and our objective here also is to not just simply introducing you, but telling you, at least helping you out with your coffee experience with us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to be brewing it through the siphon. So what we're going to do first in the siphon brewing, First, there are different ways of calling this. First, they call it the bulk.
I may have gotten premature on the scene swap there. Hold on. Let's go back to here. So
Yeah.
you can show them what we're looking at.
Okay, first they call it the bulk, the lower part, and then this one is what they call a hopper. Or there are different shapes of this. They are
kind of more cylindrical.
yeah, cylindrical type. And you're right. And so again, the filter also, it has 3 different filters. I'm gonna be using today.
It's a mesh,
the mesh.
That's ceramic. Is that ceramic?
A ceramic and mesh. The underneath is a ceramic. Actually, the upper part is a mesh. Actually,
Right, and then I'm going to be using the cloth filter.
yeah, the clock filter. So we're gonna be doing 2 different two siphons in 2 different filters. So we'll see what kind of a tasting notes can it bring us.
Yeah,
okay?
it's going to be really interesting because we did have a really big difference in the flavors from
Interesting.
from the from the Nell drip, from the paper filter, and the regular mesh, all in the pour overs. The Chemex,
Right, the Chemex, right.
it just really affected the flavor of the coffee. The way it either allowed certain oils to go through or kept them back.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
And so it depends on what kind of your preferences. You know, if you want full body, I would suggest that don't use the paper filter.
Right.
But I'm not saying no; it's a no. But if you want your coffee a little light today or this morning, then you can use a paper filter.
Yeah.
If you don't want that too much body on your coffee, or you don't want that oil on top of your coffee cup, so you can use the paper filter because it filters everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're also going to be doing the French press later on, right?
Right.
And then, of course, our litmus test, the pour over with the gold mesh filter.
Pour over with a gold mesh. Okay.
It looks like the wrong gold mesh, Glenn. The other one's been used in the cleaners.
Yeah. For to start with, of course, we need to pour in. What we did.
Let's go. Let's change to the top down so they can see exactly what we're doing here.
Okay.
Right.
So put your siphon position this way, or of course before that, you can start pouring in the water.
And we're using heated water.
We already have a heated water. So we're gonna be brewing 300 ml or 300 grams of water.
There it is.
Yeah. It's really about the up.
So we want to. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, typically when I do this, I go a little bit over the 3 cup.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's gonna be like 250 actually.
Okay, so we want to go to the top of the H there.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And so, this is about 300 ml of water, and we're gonna be brewing 25 grams of
It's like a course, a medium course, right?
mid course. Okay.
That's lit. Yeah. Why don't seem to put out as much of a flame as your stove, bro?
Okay, it's on a medium course.
Yeah.
Actually, and some actually prefers a little bit finer than the medium.
I know why. I'm sorry. I know now why my siphon has not been performing properly.
Because it's not.
Because I did not lock. Guys, if you get a siphon here, let me switch over to this camera. I'm going to show you this because I just realized the mistake I've been making in brewing with this. I've just been leaving this dangling. I did not realize there's a spring in here and a lot, and you locked it. There we. Okay. So now I know. Now I know why my siphon has not been prepared properly. That's kind of crooked now.
Right. Yeah.
Straighten up there, son.
All right. There you go.
Wow. Okay. You learn something new every day, bro.
True. Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. See, siphon brewing is the siphon brewing was actually invented in the late 1700s. Actually, I mean in the mid 1800s. I'm sorry, in the mid of 1800s, and actually introduced by a French housewife, married to an Irish, is a Scottish marine engineer.
Interesting.
And then so time goes on, and so it has been improved. And this is one of the fancy looking
Yeah, it's so much fun brewing like this, you know.
presentation.
It may not give me the flavor that I really enjoy out of a coffee, but it's just it's fun.
Very
It's
good.
a lot of fun.
Very good you mentioned that. Before I forgot, the siphon actually brewing this is it produces a kind of a delicate tea-like cup of coffee. A delicate tea-like cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So as a matter of fact, it can be quite, it requires a lot of particular, precise or careful approach on this one. So why? So the process has to be done. I don't want to use the word perfect. You know, I mean, and you will learn as you keep on practicing your site.
I mean, as with any other brewing method, even the pour over, French press. Probably French press would be one of the easiest ones to really master.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And again, siphon has three different, which I already have three different kind of filters. The one is of course the paper, the paper filter, and then the cloth, and then I got the rubber and the mesh actually.
Yeah.
So I have all those.
That mesh is fancy.
It's,
really fancy. It's really heavy. It's
Yeah.
got a thick piece of ceramic around it. Looks like.
Yeah, and also the burner. What we're using here, Jim, is we're using the alcohol, where they call it the lamp burner, siphon lamp burner. Some they use the butane burner.
Yeah.
That has a control,
And that gives you a little more control over your flame. This one is kind of hard to make sure you're getting the right amount of flame, too much, too little.
Yeah.
And then of course what we've been looking at, the really high dollar halogen beam.
Right, that's about $200 for that, or even more. You know,
they're so expensive.
All right, now if you can see, you will probably notice that it starts to bubble now. This is not actually in a boiling point. Because of the pressure that basically inside this lamp.
Oh.
So what we can do is there are two way actually of doing that. Some people they put it first. Some baristas they put the
coffee in first,
put coffee in first, and others they just wait until the water comes up. Right. Okay. So Jim,
I'm gonna put the coffee in first.
Sure.
I'm also gonna burn my fingers as I'm grabbing this hopper. Yeah. We're gonna kind of even it out, right?
All right.
There we go. And then we just want to stick that.
So I'm going to be doing the different method though, the different way. So I'm going to be brewing the.
We want to
right.
Make sure that gets nice and saturated, so you get a good extraction.
There we go. Right.
You don't have to really stir vigorously. Just kind of make sure you break up any clumps.
And that would be like about a minute.
Oh, you need.
Yeah.
You don't have one for yourself. We're slacking.
I prefer this. Yeah. So, okay, brisk, mildly. Okay.
Wow, this is so much. This is actually. I'm so glad I figured out that I was not locking that in place, because now I know why my siphon has not
been brewing
right. Yeah.
Okay, so before the end of your minute, we're going to be doing this in a minute, exactly 1 minute. So in order to, if you do it a little over, it's probably good enough, at least in additional 10 to 20 seconds. But more than that, you will have a more bittery taste of your coffee. So you don't want to do that.
So my question is, do you start your timer when the hopper's full, or as soon as the water starts coming up?
As soon as you put in the water. I mean, your coffee. Basically.
Okay.
So it's about a minute now. So what we have to do is take the flame away.
Where is mine? Oh, it's hiding. There we go.
Okay. And so before that, mix it up. Before it drains,
and that's
mix
just
it up.
Nice. Look at that, man. Look how nice and slowly that's going down. Mine,
yeah.
Because I wasn't locking that in place, it would bubble up, and then it would just really fast.
This is approximately about another minute to go down to the bulb.
Yeah, mine was taking about 10 seconds. previously.
Yeah, because it has that.
Because it wasn't sealing properly.
Right. Yeah.
And I was wondering why I was getting so much grit, so many grounds coming back
Right.
through.
Yeah.
As it was boiling up, the grounds were actually going back down into the thing. So I would have actually grounds and coffee here while this was still brewing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So those are some of the mistakes that you may probably encounter.
Yeah.
So again, let's take it from Jim. Take it from my friend Jim here. So
I'm not a professional. This guy's a professional.
we are just simply learning. So you will notice that if you did it right, you see you will have like a dome-like shape on your siphon right after that. So that means
See, that's beautiful.
you perfectly did it.
Look at that.
You did it
Yeah,
well.
that's
You've done it right, bro.
Now I'm more excited about using my siphon at home. I'll be honest. I'm a little more excited now.
And what happened is that mine is taking a little longer because it's a mesh.
Yeah.
And it has the rubber on the surroundings.
Yeah, it seals a little better.
Right,
So
yeah.
Less air can transfer through at a time.
That is true. So that is one reason why it's taking a little time for that. But let's go on again.
Makes me wonder if this is going to be a little bolder or full.
I would say right now I can actually say that that would be one of the I can see it just not only from the smell but from the color itself, right? Okay, of course. Before you want to pour in your coffee, make sure that your whatever cup you're using, a cup, a mug, or whatever you prefer, you kind of warm it for at least a minute, okay? And then when it warms up,
warm 2 other cups as well.
Yeah.
To do side by side.
that's what I'm gonna do.
There we go.
Sure. And we can actually use this one here.
Oh, look at
yeah.
you, bro. Look at you.
Yeah. There you go. There we go.
That's pro.
Oh,
versus
look at
near,
that!
guys.
Look at that! Look at that!
Beautiful.
Look at that! Oh. So we brewed exactly the same amount of ground coffee, 25 grams.
And water.
25
Same
grams.
coffee
And
density.
same amount of water for 300 ml or 300 grams actually. The grams and ml in water are the same actually. That's what I found out. Okay, so you may probably not notice that it does not have any dome shape.
Yeah.
Reason is that my
It's the thickness of that.
thickness
that
of my filter,
Right.
that because of the rubber and the filter.
But it's a nice flatbed.
right. So it kind of because of the size, it basically somewhat equalizes.
Right.
Or-
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So be careful. It's hot.
Yes.
Okay.
And we got our nice.
And
handy-
wow, and serve it. Serve it while it's hot, or serve it. Or you want to put down your coffee a little bit, you know.
Or you're swapping up our Mario parts. This is your top.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that too. So ready to pour in your coffee again?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna. Let's see which one. Let's do. Oh, here we should pour this out. Here. So let's do yours in these.
Yep.
Let's do the.
Okay, we will do the mesh on the Japanese mugs or cups. Okay. And serve your coffee. Wow. While it's hot. Oh, beautiful. All right. So that's about it. So we're gonna be
Just a little more. Look at that. I mean, just there's no grounds in the bottom of it.
clean, huh?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's good to know I've been doing it wrong. I was thinking.
Finally.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sure when you get home, you're gonna be doing and perfecting it.
Yes, sir. Now I know. All right.
All right. So we're gonna talk and discuss about the hopping notes.
Oh, what is going on there? We're having some difficulties for some reason.
Haha.
Let's see. I'm not sure if it's doing the same thing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, give me just a second, guys. Let's see. You just say. Be right back, screen for a second. Not sure why it's. I don't like it. It's really hot. That's why it's doing that. Oh my gosh. It's catching all the heat out of the back of the PC.
Oh.
We might have to just reposition the top camera.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if that's still freaking out. There we go. We're good to go.
Oh, yeah?
We're good to go. Yes, sir. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
All right. So, take it over, David. It happens, you know.
No, it's because the heat from the back of my computer was blowing on the capture card. So, yeah.
So, where am I? Oh, there we go.
No, that screen's a little bit behind.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, now, so we're gonna be talking about the discussing and sharing with you the cupping notes of the tasting notes of this one here. Well, normally, okay, on a pour over, you will have a tasting note of this Brazil Fazenda Passeio Bourbon Natural of like it has the professionals, the coffee tasters say that it has a note of a baked apple, a baked apple, and a note of a raisin.
I said raisin yesterday.
Right? Yeah. It's like it's got a fruity flavor, or the yeah.
It's a very again, like the baked apple and the raisin are more of a they're not like a tart fruity flavor. They're more of a kind of a sweeter fruit. It's kind of the top back of your palate.
Kind of maybe honey, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I didn't find any. I didn't taste any chestnut yesterday. But maybe I'm gonna pour over.
I would say chestnut and chocolate on the aroma, and a little bit of, I guess.
Wow.
Like for me, I'm getting like almost a slight cinnamon, and I guess that would be like more of the baked apple.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But definitely chocolate, chestnut.
Right. Wow.
Sweet.
So I kind of smell it like the aroma of a bit of a nutty flavor here. Okay, so it's about time to taste. Don't make sure that you don't burn your tongue. It's hot, so we brew this for about a minute.
It does really have a bright acidity to it.
Yes, for 25 grams of coffee in a 300 ml water. So,
it's really not bad.
This
is better than, because we did this yesterday. We cheated a little bit, guys. We did a little bit of homework. But it's definitely more pleasant than what we had yesterday.
Right.
I think you did 30.
This is. Yeah, we did 30. We did 30, but we didn't get this kind of notes yesterday.
We also didn't do the mesh yesterday, and this is mesh.
Only the cloth, right? Yeah,
which you can see allowed
So-
for the body of
Right.
the to come through.
I think because of the mesh, so you got all the full-bodied flavor right here. Which yesterday we could not even
It was
have that kind of a.
It was very thin. You got the bright acidity.
It is.
To it, but then it was just really smooth, almost like you were talking about, like a tea.
It is, yeah. It's like a tea, but it's on a full body tea. So that's what it is. But I can have like about the taste of that chestnut, that little back of my tongue, and the sweetness comes out. So as soon as you sip your coffee, as soon as you sip this one here, it gives you a bright acidity impression. So,
but it's not overpowering.
It's
just a very bright.
It's just very bright. It's not overpowering. Unlike taking a commercial kind of coffee, once you try it, it's really bitter. It's really dark, and there's no notes to talk about. Okay.
go for the cloth filter.
Oh yeah, This is the cloth.
The cloth filter, the bright acidity. There's a little bit on the back of your tongue, but the mesh, that acidity hits you on the front of your tongue a lot stronger. This is 100%, like you said. It's like a tea.
Like a tea, yeah.
It's very tea-like. Not very bold. Nothing really. None of the flavors really stand out. It's just kind of.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there. Well, I would say, that is kind of smooth for me. Smoother than the what we did from the same method actually, but with a different filter. This one is a bit smoother for me. I kind of more bold in its acidity for me.
Really.
And the taste of the chestnut is so present in the middle.
It's for me. It's more after. The chestnut. It's after.
You know, actually, there's none of us can. We both have different talent.
Yeah.
So
Everyone has a different palate. I mean, my wife, she drinks this, and what does she say? Tastes like coffee.
Yesterday, she started selling it in Japanese.
Kofi desu.
Kofi desu. Then again, you should be watching.
It's still very good.
Silky. For me, it's silky. It's
very, very smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth and silky.
It's just not. It's not bold. Like nothing really stands out to me.
This is where I can feel the long sweet taste of doing the cloth. That long sweet taste. You probably thought of thinking it like when you take it, you probably thought it's kind of a bitter like taste. You know what? It actually has the impression of a sweetness, a sugar in there. So that's where you can start feeling and start tasting the raisin actually. Yeah, but the aroma, I don't see any. Yeah, a little bit for me. It's a little bit of the baked apple impression. It's you really have to take time to really smell it and
yeah.
But
definitely the baked apple. Very sweet.
Wow, this is this.
As this one starts to cool, you really smell a lot more of the baked apple as well.
Oh, you mean the mash?
The mash,
when we did her mash.
But still, brightness, acidity is a
Solid,
lot brighter.
Solid.
It's there's a lot more body to this.
There's a lot more body, and there's a lot more. It's brighter.
Kind of like after you drink, as everything goes down your throat, I get the chocolate kind of on the sides and the back of my mouth.
Yes. Exactly.
Just, I mean, very, very pleasant.
Yeah.
The chestnut hits kind of after you swallow and you breathe out, you can get notes of that chestnut on your palate. It's not really as you're drinking it.
Right.
It's more the long sweet aftertaste has a hint of chestnut to it.
Good.
Not much of the raisin, not much of the baked apple flavor. For me, that's more in the aroma.
I would say that this is only for the boys. It's for the mature.
You know,
solid.
I don't know. I could see someone who really likes a spicy tea drinking this and really enjoying this.
Right. Yeah.
I see, something like a stronger chai maybe.
Interesting.
You could really introduce this to someone who enjoys like a strong chai tea.
You know what? I'm starting to like this. the mash.
I tell you, it's. I mean, it's solid. This is a solid coffee brew with that mesh filter. It's not bad with the cloth, but it's not as flavorful.
Right, that's true.
It's definitely a lot better, a lot more subtle.
Wow. Now,
the acidity now is hitting kind of the roof of my mouth.
With the
with the clone.
Right. Yeah. Exactly the same. Yeah. Exactly feeling the same.
A lot more of the chocolate on the back end of that as well.
Yes. Yes. Wow. So that's it, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So this is how we can share with you the two same method, but with only the difference is just only the difference.
The filter
is the filter.
Yeah, cloth filter versus the.
So maybe some of you would ask, does the filter plays a big role on the coffee? Yeah, actually it does.
Absolutely.
Like the paper, the gold mesh, the stainless mesh, the what else? The ceramic, the cloth, all this kind of stuff, So again, it depends on your preferences. So next, we're gonna be doing the press.
French press.
Nice.
Right. Nice.
Right. Here with me is a French press. So
No, let me fix this. I can fix this camera so you can sit down and brew, bro.
Okay. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah.
That'll make life a little more easy. Going here. There we go.
All right.
Well, we'll put this
Yeah.
in here. Boom.
All
Guys,
right.
we were so prepared for this. I'm centering
Straight
all
on
these.
you.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. There we go.
All right.
We go.
So you want to, of course, first off, again, as we start off of brewing our coffee, you kind of want to warm up your French press, okay? Just
Everything warm up, including
everything
including the filter. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that would be a filter, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can do the stuff. Yeah. Just like for 30 seconds is good enough, actually. Okay.
We need more cups. You just
Correct.
do the brewing. I know my way around the kitchen. On Hammond said in Jurassic Park.
This guy lives here. Yeah. I mean, I'm serious. He lives here. Literally. Same area.
We got some cats.
Mi casa, tu casa. Yeah.
We're good with
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Do the cat.
So,
I have to have a pour over cup as well.
sure. You might as well want to use the elegant.
Which one?
It's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Our noritake.
We need an extra cup so our live studio audience can partake and enjoy.
So, yeah, we have a live studio audience right here with us. So, I only have one wife. So, my wife is present here with us.
We can leave all the cups here. I'll get them warmed up and ready.
Right, yeah,
There we
sure.
go.
And you can still have that hot water with you,
You
and
see?
we have that hot water in there. There we go. Yeah. My wife's been so supportive with us, and she's been doing it. She's our producer, actually.
And she lets us know when we forget to unmute microphones and stuff like that. When we talk for about 5 minutes and then all of a sudden she walks in, she's like, "There's no sound. All we can hear is music." Yeah,
Cut it off.
yeah, that's me.
Oh, sorry. I think I did it. It's fine. It's no hard if you overdo it.
Overheat.
Okay. Yep.
You can't really overheat that.
No, right. All right. Now, like what I said, I will be brewing 30 grams of ground coffee. But what you can see here is that the course of doing the French press, you have to have your coffee bean in a coarse mill.
Mhm.
Okay? Coarse ground. Okay, so that's 30. I just warmed up my
30 grams?
yeah,
Okay.
30 grams. So that will be like this. We're gonna be pouring in about 370 of water.
Okay.
370 ml of water. That's about 2 sides of a. In the old period, the 1 cup is about 120,
Mm-hmm.
which I have learned from people who live in the old. And I said, the coffee cup right now is about 180. So there's a difference. If you're using the classic, this will be like about 120. Let's see the size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is about 180 that you will bring, that you can bring. Yeah, it's so interesting. So today we're going to be doing the 180 per cup. So this is about 300. So I'm going to be brewing the 370 of water actually. Okay. So now make sure that you have a timer for 1 minute, and go ahead and pour in your hot water. What you can do is, if you're doing a 370 ml of water, you want to do first the 1/4 of the volume of the water.
Okay.
In order to engage the coffee to the hot water. So do the circular motion or rotate it. Okay, just like a hand pour.
Just under 100 ml.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. So that means that, and then start your timer for a minute and let it untouched for a minute. So let's wait for a minute. This is where the engagement starts in the French press actually. Some people, they just pour it in there and wait for 3 minutes or wait for 4 minutes. And I don't see anything wrong with that. But the proper way of brewing it on French press is that pour a little half of your water, pour about 1/4 the volume of your water, and wait for a minute. And then after a minute, then start doing the same method, same process actually, and start pouring in your hot water until the desired number of your cup. Okay. So we have like about 8 seconds left. So okay, then we're done. So you can just go ahead and continue how you did it in the beginning, in a circular motion. Okay.
So Glenn, as these are cooling off,
you see it's blooming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful. So as these are cooling off, you lose a lot of the acidity, and a lot of the sweetness comes out. A lot of the sweetness, the chocolatey flavor, the nutty flavor, really starts to stand out. But it's they're both just very smooth, not very acidic. Okay, so after you fill that up, then
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Okay. So this is going to be 3 minutes. Stay here, untouched. Let it brew itself for 3 minutes. Some of you, actually you can. This French press is quite interesting because you can make it light coffee. You can make like instant espresso. You don't have to buy the machine. You don't have to spend a lot of money for that. Some of you probably, you know what? It's affordable anyway. I mean, hey, this is more affordable than the machine. You just have to spend for electricity. Just have to. I would go if I would like to do the espresso myself. I use this and make my coffee more stronger and bolder. And then what I do is I put in my oven the hot milk and start pouring in, and I froth the milk and I start doing it. But I don't usually do that because all of my coffee are specialty. So there's no use of doing that.
Yeah.
So espressos are only good for commercial or premium kind of a coffee. So that would be a best advice I can give.
Because to really get a good espresso, you have to have a darker roast,
yes.
which is in turn going to take away from a lot of the natural flavors of the bean itself. So what would be the real purpose? You're not really gonna taste the full flavor of the coffee, so you're basically wasting a specialty or top specialty coffee by roasting it that way and trying to make espresso.
You see, in the old times, there are people back in Europe actually. Of course, in Europe they don't grow coffee. Most part of Europe, because coffee are grown in a more tropical, close to the equator, especially, and which is the best, like Ecuador and El Salvador. But now, what you can do actually is that putting this in this kind of method, it gives you a kind of a different notes on your specialty coffee. But again, doing the brewing the espresso, it only gives you will notice that everywhere you go, anywhere you go, in any coffee shop, you will notice that their beans are dark and with oil outside because it forces the coffee to bring out its natural oil. So there's nothing left in there. All you can get, frankly, all you can get is only a dark and bitter taste. That is why it has to be equalized with sugar or with milk to make it more drinkable and palatable, and applied also for the young people right now. See, the people in Europe actually they drink their coffee espresso, and the young generation they're not into it actually. So that is why the espresso and the latte has been brought out in the market. Yeah. So of course, I mean, why would I drink that bitter and the small that and it has to be straight? It's like, I mean, how could you enjoy your coffee that way?
Yeah, it's not really. It's not really something. It's not really something that really gives you a lot of flavor on your palate. It's just that dark, bitter taste, which I guess a lot of people come to enjoy that. I mean, it's evident in Europe because they drink it all the time. So I guess they just get used to it, and that's how they want their coffee. But I mean, I can't imagine roasting a specialty coffee or a top specialty coffee so dark like that and drinking it like that because you're never gonna taste the subtleties of the different flavors that
the notes, right?
That the coffee has to offer.
Yeah. Every coffee has
get some for studio.
Personality. Yeah.
For Wendy.
Surely. Wow. You want the press, baby?
She's getting it. No options.
No, I'm sorry.
Are you good? There we go. Madam.
Wow. So again, from the French press, we have the 300 grams of coffee, and 370 ml of water.
It doesn't smell as bold.
Yeah,
it really doesn't, which is surprising to me. Again, like the last time we did the French press, it was actually a more mild coffee, and you would expect it to be milder because the coffee is just sitting there percolating, basically, and the oils are like everything's present. There's nothing really being filtered out of this,
right?
And yet it's smell like the aroma is a lot less bold, but we'll know more when we get to the flavor.
I don't know. I can smell the raisin.
Definitely the sweeter fruit.
Right,
like baked apple, the raisin.
Right, yeah.
Sugar.
Okay, it's about time to taste. Wow, very surprising. This is so mild.
Very mild. But again,
again,
you would think that the acidity, that the brightness would hit you right away because because it's not filtered out.
My expectation of this notes will be more of the siphon.
Exactly.
Right, but
it's
today
not. It's so smooth.
Yeah,
it's so smooth. There's not a strong acidity to it. You immediately get the sweeter notes, the raisin, the baked apple, even a little of the chestnut, the chocolate.
Right.
It all kind of hits the middle of your palate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just
perfect.
in a very smooth way.
It
blows my mind.
You know what? I believe you because my wife is giving us a thumbs up.
My wife would love this. This is essentially a sweet, almost fruity hot chocolate.
Question: fresh press at home?
I don't. But it looks like I'm gonna have to get one so that my wife can also enjoy coffee.
Sorry if I put you on.
The problem with that, Glenn, is now I'm gonna have to make pour over and press at the same time.
and then start your game too.
Exactly.
And don't make sure that you don't forget to serve your coffee from the from your French press.
From the press, yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be staying there forever. Man, my coffee tastes so bitter. I did a French press. Like I brewed it at 8 o'clock in the morning. 6 p.m.
At 8 o'clock p.m. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with your coffee. You're the spoon, right?
There's no brightness, almost no acidity flavor. But you look at it,
Right.
Yeah, you can see the oil. Well, let's come back here. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can really see the oils just floating across the top of that coffee.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just, it's mind blowing.
Right.
To me.
Yeah. And also the color.
Mm-hmm.
The way I look at the color itself, it's like kind of a. I was kind of afraid that wow, this might be a little bit bold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's almost
But it's not.
It's a little cloudy. If you compare it to this is the cloth filter,
Right.
and you look at that and you can see the clarity in it, and then you look at this and there's a little bit of a cloudiness. You would just expect this to overall be a lot more bold, a lot fuller body. I mean, even this one is less cloudy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This one, the color is so solid in here.
Yeah.
With the.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, one of advice. Do not pour in your hot water too hot. In a boiling point, it's like 100 to 97. Doing the French press. Otherwise, you want your coffee in a espresso. All you have to get, what you can get now is, well, if you're brewing a specialty coffee, I don't think that it's kind of advisable. So what you can do is about between 85 to 90. 85 would be perfect. 90 because, as long as it stays, it goes down a little. So
Sure.
the engagement exactly that gets into every coffee granule. Okay, so again, if you do it too hot, and then you may have to have a different kind of notes for your coffee. Just make sure you only have the temperature in centigrade of 85. I don't know what that is.
I think it's about 180 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit?
I
Okay.
think.
Just about that.
Don't quote me on that. I need to start actually posting those numbers up on the screen.
Oh yeah. Next.
I just keep forgetting, So, Glenn, I'm really
There you go.
really excited to do a hand pour with you because it's just. Do we have water? We're gonna have to.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Is that gonna be hot?
Yeah.
Oh, for you.
Yeah. And it has about 90 now.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah. We have a 90 degrees of water in here. Yeah. You can pour in your water in there. There you go. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna move this over and let you do the pouring. I think you're a little more coordinated than I am.
Wow.
And then you already have it measured out for this.
Yeah. And
But we need a little
let's
bit
warm it up.
first. Yeah. Always warm.
Always warm your. Anything you do, like whether it's a siphon, whatever that is
V60,
that you want to use, yeah.
What are the other? The Nell, the Chemex.
The Chemex, yeah. Always warm it up for at least 30 seconds. Yeah.
30 seconds to a minute.
30 seconds to a minute.
It helps you get a better expression of the coffee.
That is true.
Because you get a more consistent temperature of the water.
Right. And that's one reason why I use the gold mesh, actually. And the reason I decided to use the smaller one, because we're only going to do the 30 grams of coffee here today. And I have already prepared the coffee.
You need to pour that out, though.
Yeah.
I am once again shocked. At
very surprised.
At the French press. The press.
The French press. I guess it's not difficult to do. Particularly this Brazilian bourbon, natural. So, especially for those who are first timers.
Yeah.
Okay. So, make sure that you have a crater shape before you pour in your water in there. Oh, sorry.
This up.
Yeah.
here. So
Okay, so I'm gonna pour in my water. Hold on for a moment.
at the moment, bitte. Move stuff around here.
Cup, Jim. Is it warm?
Right here. Warm up.
Alright. Yeah.
Gonna be ready to go.
So we're almost ready, and we're just gonna have to let the coffee cool down a little bit.
Mm.
Oh, you have water?
Yeah,
You
this
need water?
should be okay
Okay.
if you want to use that, because this was the one that was in here, so
Okay.
it can be
Then
fairly close to the right temperature.
right. Can I stand up?
Do you need to?
Yeah.
If you need to stand up, we'll
Yep.
we'll swap cameras here. That didn't work. Oh, didn't work. But...
Okay, it's okay.
No, I got you. I got you, bro. 1 second. Turn that on. Oh, there we go.
So the temperature of this water is about 85 to 90, and before we pour it out from the heater, it has about 96 actually, to be exact. And right now it's approximately about between 85 to 90. So we're
That little warmer seems to really keep it
right.
at a good temperature.
It's actually designed for that. That it doesn't not put your water in a hot boiling point, you know. So it's
Just kinda
regulated.
keep it right there.
Right,
Nice.
regulated. You might want to get one of those.
Yeah.
When you go back to
Yeah.
stage. All right. So again, pour in a circular motion. Wait for 30 seconds. Actually, 30 seconds. If you have a timer with you, time the 30 seconds. Okay. As soon as you start pouring in a circular motion, there you go.
Interesting. That doesn't really have a really strong head. It doesn't seem to really
Different, no?
Yeah, it doesn't froth up
Different,
pretty
just
much.
like we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Interesting. Why? I got the right water temperature. I got the right grind of
But you know,
ground of
Costa
coffee.
Rica did that as well.
Yeah. Probably because it has a lot of water on the beans itself.
Mm-hmm.
That sometimes produces that way. You know, I got the medium course of this coffee, and so actually my friend told me that I think you should do it a little coarse. Now, if I do it a little coarse, it's not gonna be. It would be brewing.
Especially not in a pour over.
Yeah.
You know, I could see that making sense in the siphon.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
in the French press, but
Yeah, but look how it's brewing. I mean, the engagement, I mean, it's not really that fancy blooming way as we usually do.
Right.
Probably because of the temperature of the weather,
maybe humidity,
the humidity,
all that good stuff. Everything comes into effect. The tilt of the earth.
Exactly. The same thing as when I start doing my
after the engagement period, you're getting a lot more
CO2
release. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing when you roast the coffee. I actually want to avoid a more windy day because it's different. It's so difficult to maintain that, and you have hands on to what you're doing, and
Right.
it cannot be disturbed. Actually, so you know it's really tiring sometimes because the whole day you need to be sitting back in there and just waiting for your coffee and doing it right and roasting it right. So. Well, it's brewing nice and enough and perfect. So we have to wait approximately. This is about 4 to 5 minutes until the ready the coffee cup. Again, for those of you who do not have so much time, again, I would simply advise that you can use also the machine, but provided that your machine has the shower type water dispenser.
Yeah, you don't want just one source of water. You want multiple sources coming down because you get a more even brew.
Yeah, I mean nowadays it's not really that expensive, and so if you're not maybe a 5 cup of size of brewing machine, then that's fine. You don't have to. Let's say some people ask me. There were some people who asked me, I have a 10 cups of brewing machine. Well, do I need to always pour in 10 cups? I said, Nick, if you're only making
Right.
2 cups, if you're only making 1 cup, you just have to pour in your desired. So you don't have to finish, or you don't have to always pour in 10 in there. Okay.
The water I poured in there was actually a little too cool. Oh, actually, for 1 piece.
Sometimes, if you're using a mesh, it's once in a while. Like you don't have to wash it every time with a brush. Say like in a week, if you brew every day, they would be advisable to. I would advise that like twice a week you can do that. It's like 3 times a week. It's too much. So you just want to take care of the mesh.
You don't really want to put soap on it either.
Oh yeah, please don't. Just
hot water.
running water, tap water, running water while brushing it gently. Don't scrub it like you're mad.
Yeah, I mean most days I'll just use my fingers and just kind of break up and just let the grounds fall out.
I do also the one that we use for dishwashing. It has like about a little mild rough edges, so I just kind of brush it up lightly. Okay. Yeah. All right, we're almost done. So, Yahoo!
It's actually warm this time. I poured out lukewarm water. Don't seem.
Wow. Okay, so our video looks like are we okay?
Yeah, that's what you were saying. What I'm not seeing it, but is it?
Ooh. Wow. Okay, so this is now the pour over.
Okay.
With the Brazil Fazenda Passeio Bourbon Natural.
Oh, let's do that. It's gonna be better,
right?
Right.
So about time to talk about the cupping notes of the. What I do actually is I let it pour over, so you don't want to take the full last drop of your pour over because it may cause more bitterness on it. So
this really the sweet apple.
There you go.
Aroma just right away.
Right away.
Yeah, right away.
I can see it
Immediately.
Like,
that baked apple aroma.
Yeah, the baked apple is very present. It's like as soon as it comes closer to your nose to smell it. Yeah. Right.
Interesting. You get less of the bright acidity still than the siphons.
The siphons, yeah, and even the press.
I feel like it's a little bolder than the press. I'm tasting a little acidity, whereas with the press it was so smooth. There was nothing. This gives you a little bit of the bright acidity.
This one here.
It just gently touches the tip and the back of your tongue.
If I may add, that's also for me what I can find in here is that the coffee is so gentle for me.
Yeah, very, very gentle, very smooth.
Yes.
And not a whole lot of just bold in your face flavor.
Well, if you just want to go sit back and relax in your morning, it's like wow. Hey, even back in the office, you can still do so.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. The mesh siphon was actually the most flavorful, the boldest flavor for me.
And you have that mesh filter, right?
I do not, but I will be.
The one that you have in the
For my siphon, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, I will be ordering one.
Okay. Wow. This is wow.
But just a very pleasant.
Very pleasant.
Coffee.
It kind of my expectation for me to do the hand pour is not what I have expected.
No, I expected a lot more of the bold flavors. I expected a lot more of the
the buddy,
acidity. I expected a lot more like almost a dark chocolate.
Right.
But this is very smooth, not too acidic.
Right.
Yeah. And you get more of the chestnut flavor than anything. Yeah.
Actually, a friend of mine told me that doing the Brazil Fazenda, this particular coffee may not be fitted or may not be good for doing the siphon.
Yeah.
You may probably want to use the hand pour. And I said, we'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
And
honestly, the mesh siphon has been my favorite.
Yeah, I was surprisingly.
Of all four.
And even the press.
The press was so. I mean, I'm surprised at how mild the press and the pour over are. Because theoretically they have the least amount of like oil filtration.
Exactly.
Even though not the V60, the siphon with the mesh filter also is it maintains a lot of oil. But I mean, just looking at the coffee from the French press and how like cloudy it looks, and I'm just at the top. I'm looking at the oils on top of it.
Wow. This one is from the.
This is from the French press.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to there's a nice amount of oil on top of the matte as well. I mean, just very little on the cloth filter. This just looks clear, and I don't know if we'll start to see more oil. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll probably see more oil as it cools down. But yeah, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked that the siphon brought out more of the bold flavors than the pour over and French press.
That's like a very good price. Our expectation today is on the other way. So
well, I mean, the last three times we've compared brew method,
right?
The V60 with the mesh filter,
right,
pour over has been the one that brings out most of the bold flavor of the coffee,
right?
And here we're seeing with this Brazil,
right, that
the siphon brew method actually is better if you like a bolder coffee,
right?
But the pour over and the French press are still. They still produce a very solid cup of coffee, a very smooth cup of coffee. Something you'd maybe want to have with like a sweeter dessert.
Yeah.
This is more. I'd say this is more of a dessert coffee.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely not a cheesecake. Not a lemon cheesecake.
No.
Because you already have a lemon taste in here. So again, that is how the specialty coffee is so unique. Now you can see, now you can relate to us that every coffee bean has its own different characteristics and they have their own different character. Yes, probably it's good for this and good for that, but it's for you to find out also in which I would say there's not really too expensive to make collections of how you want to the pour over, it's like about less than $10.
Like $10. I think probably the most expensive of what we have here would be the siphon.
The siphon.
But you could probably find it somewhere between like $30 and $50.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, 50 is enough, yeah.
Yeah.
50, or you want to do the siphon, you want to do the or this is more reasonable actually. Yeah, you can buy it anywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can buy it to was that more quite a familiar
I mean, you can get it in the States. You can get one at Walmart.
Walmart. That's what I'm. Walmart or SNR or whatever, or Costco, or even some coffee shops.
This the French press does not change flavor as it cools.
Yeah,
it's still just the same smooth.
That's true. You know what?
It's amazing.
As it cooled down, the French press is still mild. But but this one is as it get colder.
A lot more. It still has a lot more acidity than this. I feel like it had a brighter acidity when it was hot, but it still has bright acidity
when it's cold.
And let's see what
we'll see the same coffee that we've been tasting, and we haven't seen those actually.
The cloth actually has a brighter or more of that bright acidity as it cools than the other two.
Yeah.
That really hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh. As it cooled down, I would say that this is more kind of a boom.
Yeah.
Gonna give you that heavy kick, you know?
I'm not sure how it would taste in a cold brew, but if you wanted to brew this with the cloth filter and then put it in the fridge and let it cool, it would be a good cold coffee.
Yeah,
it really would.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Never tried this on a cold brew actually. See, actually doing at first we did brew it with the hot water and then it just cools down. I said doing a cold brew and a slow brew actually, and using also the room temperature of water, it may be in a different note. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
So
it's gonna extract a lot differently.
It's it's free to find out also, and you can experiment. There's nothing much to do at home. Just play around your coffee and don't waste it. Start doing it like a cup or two. It's enough. That's what I do actually. A cup or two is enough for me, and then just to experiment, just to try, and just to do the tasting notes and
figure out what you like.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about. Figure out how you like certain coffees brewed, because as we're finding out week to week, every coffee tastes different with different brew methods.
That's true.
And I mean, the last 2 weeks we've really preferred the hand pour mesh.
This time is different.
And this time we're really preferring the siphon mesh.
Oh, it's a good thing that we did the siphon.
Yeah.
It's like otherwise, if we did do this, we'll not be able to.
We were having a hard time on whether we wanted to do the Brazil with the siphon. And now we know.
We know.
That's actually going to be my preferred method of brewing the Brazil.
The Brazil. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So, like last week, I actually told our audience that we're probably gonna do the Peru. But so sorry because the weather is not it's not too favorable for me this whole week. It was raining almost the whole week, and it's so hard to brew. I prefer to brew it. I mean, not to brew. I prefer to roast it outside. And so I don't have that shade or roof on my wood deck.
Yeah.
So I just have to wait. By next week, I promise you that I think I will be able to.
We're supposed to have some pretty decent weather this week, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
get to roasting, Glenn.
yeah, I needed to look all my empty bottles in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're all empty now. Yeah. This actually my Brazil. This is the last.
Wow.
But I have another bag waiting for me. But
okay.
I need to roast.
Yeah,
I need to roast.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about it for what we have found out.
Yeah, that wraps it up. I think, man. That's once again a very interesting adventure.
It is. Yeah. And I hope that we brought you out a very pleasant morning, and just for you to sit with us and start listening to
listen to a couple crazy coffee nuts wax eloquent the flavor palette of the coffee.
Well, thank you really for following us, and thank you for those people who've been subscribing.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe button right down there. It would really help us out if you could click that. Guys, like the video, dislike the video. Either way, it gives us some sort of a rating on Google. It helps. It actually helps either way if you like or dislike. But we prefer to see those likes because we know we're doing something that people enjoy.
Yeah. I hope you do enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not just simply us, And again, the objective of this is not just to show you how to brew your coffee in different methods, but also to talk about the different characteristics of coffee.
Mhm.
And why specialty coffee has to be reintroduced out there.
Yeah.
People, please don't be blinded with your coffee tasting. Don't be blinded with those commercial. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk about that commercial thing, but it has been in many generations that you know gosh man.
I mean, it's cheap to bring to the masses, and that's one of the reasons why it's so big. Not a lot of people know about specialty coffee, and that's the purpose.
Right.
That's the main purpose of this channel, is for us to introduce what specialty coffee is,
Right.
How different it is just from your commercial coffees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you need to be a coffee tester or a coffee expert? No. I mean, hey, it's about time for us to be educated properly when it comes to coffee. Again, we're not scholars of coffee, but then again, it's about helping the specialty coffee world out there that to be reintroduced to the masses and to the people. And yes, some of you will probably agree with us. It's expensive, But hey, whatever you put in that body of yours is important.
Yeah.
So
And to be honest, it's no more expensive than getting a cup of coffee from Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm, being real, yes, you have to put more work in, but in the end, you're getting a much better product, something that's a lot more healthy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just tastes
Yeah.
10 to 20 times better.
I gave you a little illustration. I have this car, a Bolt, that it's not really a good car actually, but just in order to use it for another 2 years. So what I did, since I needed to change the tire, I bought an affordable one. Some sort of Asian made, a cheap Asian made
Tire?
tire.
Okay.
You know what it did me? It almost killed me when it was raining.
Wow.
As I said, I've learned my lesson. And I said, from now on, I'm not going to buy any tires that I never heard of. The kind of tires like that. It's like, it's same thing with coffee. And I would rather have an expensive coffee that suits my my tasting notes, and it's about time to also reintroduce yourself of what coffee is all about. After all, it's your cup.
Yep. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Find something that's going to suit your palate the way you like, instead of just getting the same old thing from the same old commercial vendor every time.
That is why it's called specialty coffee.
Yeah.
Because you are special.
I like it.
Don't you ever settle for those.
Yeah, don't settle for less. I mean, honestly, don't settle for less.
It's true. I mean, I would vouch for that.
Yeah, I mean, every morning, probably, I could say, every other morning, I go to 7-Eleven and I buy a pre-made
I've forgiven him. Don't worry.
coffee. and that's just to get a caffeine kick. Just to kind of wake me up. And that's on mornings where I don't have time before I'm going out the door, maybe driving my wife to work. That's that, and I always regret it. I mean, I would rather be able to make myself a good cup of coffee and drink that than just go get that coffee from 7-Eleven. But that's not always the case. But you just find that it's lacking when you drink that stuff,
Right, yeah.
compared to a good specialty coffee.
It's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Oh, by the way, Jim will have one of our friends actually promised Jim to give him a Jamaican Blue Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jamaican Blue Mountain is only on the premium grade. Okay,
Yeah.
So I mean, it earned its name and its
Sure.
social
Yeah, I mean,
status in there. So, but dealing with specialty coffee in different countries is, well, it's really a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
So this is actually a journey. So we're taking you into a journey, and it's from Central America all the way to South America, and all the way to Oceania. Next time we'll be introducing to you the Papua New Guinea which what they call the some people say it's Papua's Blue Mountain, but it's from the natives, from the people that grows in there. They don't want it to be called that way.
Yeah, but it is the same. It's the exact same
bean,
and it was taken to Papua New Guinea and cultivated there. So it's the same heritage. But I'll be honest. I mean, I enjoyed the Papua a lot more.
Yeah.
Until we met, I mean, Blue Mountain was the best coffee that I I actually, thought it was like the top of the chain.
Right. Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
And also, and I'm gonna be introducing also the Kilimanjaro next time.
Oh.
Kilimanjaro, the real. They say it is where I get my beans. This is the real Kilimanjaro. A lot of people out there they say that's Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro. It's actually from Tanzania, from I forgot the name of the farm actually, but that is the real McCoy Kilimanjaro. Bondur. Okay. Bondul. It's a Bondul. Mondul. I'm sorry. Forgot about that. So sorry. Tanzania Mondul. It's the real McCoy Kilimanjaro. Wow. So I'm going to be introducing that to you. And it has a very interesting note. It has like a red wine tasting note on it. The fruity flavor in there. Most of the coffee beans from Africa gives you that mocha and fruity flavor. So it's interesting. And I haven't tried that to press and to by siphon actually. I should. And I've been doing the pour over and the machine brew actually with that, and which is so satisfying for me.
Yeah.
So this time, we're gonna be introducing that to you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's a lot of on our lineup.
Yeah. I'm excited, man.
Yeah. Me
All
too.
right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us again this week, and we'll be back next Monday. That's Sunday night for those of you in the States.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for following us.
Yes.
Thank you for your likes. Appreciate that. And bear with us. Some of you will probably say, you guys are talking too long. I mean, man.
We are. I've already gotten those comments from my wife. My wife won't watch our videos because they're too long.
Well, if you want to learn a little bit more about coffee, then I guess you're in this right channel.
As this takes dedication.
Well, again, thank you all.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.